Hi everyone, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share a little bit of a different type of video with you. I wanted to share some tips for calling 911. You might think, why would I need tips on calling 911? But trust me, these tips will save your life, possibly. I worked in police dispatch for a period of time, and I really did pick up some tips and thought to myself, people really need to hear this. People really need to follow these instructions. Now, when you're in a life and death situation, or you're having a medical emergency, it's hard to think and say to myself, what should I say? Because we're usually in a panic type situation, and we're usually, what do we say when we call? Most people, when they call 911, this is what they would say. 911, what's your emergency? Help me, help me, help me. Okay, yes, that's valid, because obviously when we're calling 911, we most of the time need help, right? But the most important thing when calling 911 is to remember, number one, you want to get them your location as fast as possible. So you have to try to stay calm so that when you call, you can tell them your location right away. That's the first thing that should come out of your mouth, is where you are. Now, when we're teaching our children how to call 911 and things like this, they may not know where they are, especially if they're not at home. But, obviously we need to teach our children our address. Just in case we are at home, they need to be able to say where they are, because a lot of people don't even have landlines anymore. So when we call from a cell phone, yes, you can get a location from a cell phone. However, it's not always 100% accurate. There was times when we would receive calls and it would be a cell phone and there would be a radius when we tried to locate where the call came from. So sometimes it's not an exact location. It'll be a mile radius, 1 to 2, 3 miles from the cell tower. So there's nothing we can do at that time. People need to realize that, yes, the police can get your location from calling from a cell phone. However, it's not always 100% accurate. So it's better to have the most details you can about your location as possible. For example, you can look around at landmarks. What's around you? Is there a bridge around you? Is there a freeway overpass? Are you close to a freeway? Do you see a gas station? Do you see a McDonald's? A 7-Eleven? Anything. Any mark that you can tell them, I'm next to a 7-Eleven. In that city, any police officer in that city will know exactly where every single 7-Eleven in that city is, every single McDonald's, every single gas station, every single liquor store, every type of establishment. The police will know where it's at, and they will send a police officer to every location. As long as you know what you're around, you're good. So, like I said, the most important thing, location. Then you want to say what's wrong, because they need to know what you need. If somebody's harming you, okay, they need to know, have you already been harmed? So they need to know your location. They need to know what your problem is, so they need to be able to route you, police, fire, ambulance, whatever needs to go. So you need to first, obviously, state your location. 2, tell them what's wrong. And 3, even though this technically is number 1, just stay calm. Try to stay calm. Because if you're all freaking out and screaming, they're not going to be able to understand you, and they're not going to be able to get you the help you need as fast as possible. Obviously, like I said, when it is that type of situation, it's a lot harder to stay calm, but you just have to remember, if you need help, try to stay calm so people can actually help you. That's the most important thing. There was this one time when I was in training, and I have a training officer next to me with a headset on, and a lady called and she was frantic. You could barely understand her. She was foreign, so she had a heavy accent, but she was also crying and screaming. So it was very, very hard to understand her. The good thing is that it was a landline. So it was a liquor store, and it was a landline, so we automatically knew where it was, which is the good thing. But you could barely understand her words. The only 2 words, which I don't know how I understood her. God must have been helping me and helping them, but all I heard was shot and head out of any word she was saying. And then she just drops the phone. And I'm like, wow, I'm glad I even understood her, because we were able to route the police, obviously. But it was just very hard to understand her, and she was so frantic, and she dropped the phone. So you never want to just drop the phone, if possible. You have to try to stay on the line with the 911 operator, so we can continue, or they can continue to communicate with you and let you know what's happening, and then you can let them know what's happening on the other end, so that anything that changes, they know what to do. So just remember, 1, location, 2, what's wrong, and 3, never ever drop the line if possible. Now, in a life and death situation, sometimes when somebody's harming you, it's a little bit harder, but just try your hardest to get everything correct and get you the help you need as fast as possible, because that's the most important thing, is getting you the help you need as fast as possible. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy these tips. Please comment down below. Leave me any comments. They're greatly appreciated. Please like and subscribe to this video and to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.